ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Life's Milkshake Moment with health coach Joe D.
Welcome, everybody, to Life's Milkshake Moments. I'm Dr. Jody Bear, health coach and holistic nutritionist. It's my honor and my delight to have you here with me today. I'm telling you, today, about 30 minutes worth, was one of those Life's Milkshake Moments. Have you ever had one of those times you go, okay, I'm prepared, I'm conscious, competent, know what's going on. I'm not unconscious, competent with podcast StreamYard, doing these kind of things. And it's a Life's Milkshake Moment because life is like a milkshake. Choose your ingredients wisely. And when you do, your life will be oh so sweet. So guess what you've got today? For some reason, in Howie in the Hills, where I live, there was a little internet exchange, and all of a sudden you had a real green screen behind me. But what you're going to get is my office, my Guerlain lady, my grandkids, my screen, everything that means something to me in my office that I call my atelier. Why do I call it my atelier? Because health is like an art. That's French for the word art. And I was an artist by many, what should I say, stretches of the imagination. Growing up in Little Laurel, Montana, what was there to do except learn how to play and learn how to sing? And sing I did. Sing, I sing, I sing, I sang. And yes, my singing took me all the way to the concert halls and the stages of the world. As many of you know, my life's milkshake moment happened when, as a young professional singer going on to do my solo performance of Handel's Messiah, I was broadsided. My next moment was a defining milkshake moment. Face down in a surgical halo, paralyzed from the shoulders on down. Did I say paralyzed? I said, yes, paralyzed. And why I tell you this is today is one of those moments. You're getting my wonderful, wonderful guest. She has a PhD in education because mamas and daddies and teachers are the people that educate you. That's what I do as a health coach. I educate you to have your greatest health, but I had to create that greatest health in me. What was I to do? Nothing moved. Now, I looked to my mother to get that hope. I know that you heard the audio. The video didn't come, and we're going to try it at the very end because to me, there is hope. There's hope in everything that you do. There's a way over, under, around, and through, even something so little as, where's my green screen? Where did it go? Because if you're here, you were meant to be here. When I was there as a young 23-year-old, it affected my voice. What was I going to do? And my mother leaned into me and said, Jody, the doctors only see what they see. They don't know who you are. So my question today is, ladies and gentlemen, who are you? Who are you in those times? Know who you are. Because my guest today is an educator, and she brings these youth up in an urban, absolutely servant's heart, extraordinary woman. And she does it in an extraordinary and just an amazing fashion. See, what we do is that we have people to believe in us, to give us this hope. That's who we are, and that's who we just do it, because health for me wasn't something I did. It's who I became. And then to fast forward, I've been doing it now for 42 years. 42 years of educating you, people that want more out of their life, people that want to be more, people that aspire to have more. Les Brown says you have to do what is hard to get to the easy. I had to do what was hard to say I would walk again. And walk I did out of that hospital 6 months later. And I've been running ever since, because life is something you live, to live it all the way. So when I am at my end of my days, I can shake the hand of my maker and say, happy to meet you. I was full out all in, and I got everything out of what I wanted out of this life. I say in Spanish, una vida, una cuerpo, one life, one body, one body, one life. What do you want? Well, you've got a chance to transition to me and with me and for me and with and for and all of your people that are going to see this broadcast. And from now on, I am going to be switching to KP Media TV. Yes, I have the distinct honor of being prime time next Wednesday and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yes, 6 p.m. Eastern for 1 hour. It will be Life's Milkshake Moments broadcast streamlined on KP Media TV. Why is this important? Because my message, what I found in that halo and what I knew about inflammation, even as a young 23-year-old musician, because I knew that inflammation affected my vocal cords, what I learned in that moment has transcended to this moment. So be there. Support me when we debut next week, Wednesday, the 10th of November, Life's Milkshake Moment live on KP Media TV to 5 million viewers. I'm humbled and I'm honored to partner with Impact TV Live. I'm also honored to tell you what we're going to do is the same thing we've been doing here. We're going to take you in all areas of your life. We're going to take it from your spiritual arena to your physical, mental, emotional, social, and financial. Because when you have all of those 5 areas, the finances take care of themselves. When you go ahead and take care of all those arenas, you have a whole person, a perfect 10, not Bo Derek running on the beach, but you have a perfect 10 for you each and every day. I also want you to mark your calendar because KP Media went with Impact Live. And many of you know, as we had Women's Sense creating all senses of you for Women's Health Month in October. Now it's November. It's Men's Health Month. What are we going to do? We are having Real Men Are Aware. Now, you know, ladies, we have more words than men. We went ahead and actually went for 10 and a half hours on Clubhouse, simulcast to Facebook Live. This will be 4 hours. That's enough for the men, don't you think? They have 4 hours where we are going to be talking about Real Men Are Aware, ignite your strength in you. Not only will they be our 10 male authors that will be real men, and then we're going to have people like Dr. Caxton Opry, Dr. Mike Van Thielen, Dr. Mark Chavez, and noted people like Marcus Black, Darren Rowan, Stephen Anthony King, and Josh Payne, the financial wizard, Jay Nolan, the coach of coasters, former Major League Baseball player, and my co-host and my partner. I said, my brother from another mother, my little big brother, because he's way taller than my 5'5". Maynard Neal is 6'5", and he will be co-hosting with me. It's Real Men Are Aware. Ignite the strength in you. Men, come here. Find out about your health. Come here and just be engaged and be refilled so that you can be the man that you want to be, and then to give it to all other people like you do. You men are so amazing with me. And speaking of amazing, I'm bringing on my fellow author, these authors, because of Mr. Les Brown. And yes, Les Brown will be there on the 13th. And JB Owen, my goodness gracious, internationally publisher and international author of, get this, it's now 15 books in 18 months. Is that something to be reckoned with? We'll be talking about our summit at the end of it when I bring Ashley Montgomery and Tyra Good up here. And I already said, I just think she is an amazing woman. She is family. That's what JB Owen has created with us. Dr. Tyra is an associate professor of education. She is the founding, she created something in her mind. I really believe parents and educators are one and the same. They create something in their mind and they give it to all of us. Executive Director for Equity in Urban Education. What a needed thing at Elms College. She is the founder of Good Knowledge Connections. She has received a myriad of awards. We'd be on here for the next 10 minutes to just feel her passion, but community partnerships, culturally aware, because she knows, as Mr. Les Brown says, that when you have a mutually driven community of collaborative relationships, that's why she has been of service to vulnerable populations, to be of service to urban education, to be of families, to give a deeper learning experience, and to be an equity fellow. That is something because people have watched her do this. She is of service because she's done functional literacy. She has been of service. And yes, Dr. Tyra, I am connecting you big time with one of my favorite men on planet Earth, Rene Godefroy, because he's looking to partner up and bring back to his native Haiti as well. So Dr. Tyra has done numerous trips to Haiti. And Dr. Tyra, you don't know this, but my husband has absolutely cataloged as an archaeologist every square inch of your fine country. So this is how we're coming to, that is mutually collaborative relationships. Isn't that exciting? But she has got many degrees. One is from Howard University. I love that place. I absolutely have done many a seminar actually at your alma mater, but you know what I love more than anything? She has a founding part in her heart of just being what her name is, Dr. Tyra Good. So welcome, Dr. Tyra. I'm going to say welcome to Life's Milkshake Moments, my dear.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jody. It is an honor to be here. I just love your introduction, and I just feel so welcome and really just to dig deep and to really talk about, this book, this Ignite story that I'm just so happy to be a part of, along with you and so many other amazing authors.
And, I always say, that's what my mother always said to me, Jody, if you spot it, you got it. Amazing is amazing. That's what we have today. We've got two amazing women, and Tyra, you are one of these. So for the next a few minutes, 10 or 12 minutes, if you would just fill in the gaps of things that may be mentioned about you, but you would like to tell more, something I omitted about you and your background.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that you mentioned within just sharing about my bio is that I always say that the bio is really that professional image that you put forward. So when we think about social media, right, we always like to post those flashy pictures where we look really polished and nice. And so for me, the bio really represents that polished version of you. And when I do my work, and when I talk about culturally responsive teaching and working with young people, and actually doing trainings with aspiring educators and educators that are always in practice, I feel like it's very important to be true and authentic and to really build those relationships. And so when I'm engaging with them, I always say that I share my unphotoshopped version of myself.
Unphotoshopped, because that's your authentic you.
Right.
Before we go on, my dear, where can people find you? What is your website? I've got your IG handle and I'm going to put this in, but I want your website, please.
Yeah, so my website is drtyragood.com. So my name, drtyragood.com. And you can see on the screen there my social media handles. And so that is for LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter and Facebook as well.
And that makes it interesting and easy and good. And yes, Tyra, the good DR. Just give me some more about the behind the scenes, the unpolished version, the real Dr. Good. Would you please? So, a little bit, and don't give it all away now, please, but just that little bit of that story of you and your chapter in the book, please.
Yeah, so my chapter in the book is called I Am That Good, and it's hashtag good, and good is all capitalized. And I really came to that branding as part of really coming to myself and acknowledging myself and accepting myself for all of who I am, the good and the bad. So for so many years, it was really just this story of figuring out who I am, my family, where am I from, what is the story, and there's a lot of negative things, but there's also a lot of positive things, and I think that's with anyone as we are humans and navigating this earth. And so for me, hashtag good and standing up for all of what that means really meant for me to fully embrace my story. The good, the bad, the ugly, the trials, the struggles, but also not to get stuck in the negative things that may have happened to you, but looking at those different adversities to even build more power and strength within yourself. And so as I talk, as I present, as I do workshops, it's really beyond just the education of the academics of the ABCs, the one, two, threes, but really getting to the heart and core of who you are as a person so you can unapologetically show up. So first that begins with doing some healing work within yourself.
I mean, I love that the first is healing, because with my story, Dr. Tyra, the good DR, I talk about hope is go down to your healing, and then you can go up an opportunity in positivity and out in empowerment. And that's what you've done. You began with the healing and those four quadrants. I can just see with your beautiful face, it just radiates in the screen. And boy, howdy, you've got those four quadrants, even the part that you haven't, people don't see, they shine. It's just shine. It's shine, baby, shine. I'm going to use Renee Cunningham's those shine, baby, shine. It does. So why did you decide to shine, being I am that good, to go with Les Brown and partner with him?
Yes, there was just so many times, a different times throughout my life that I really felt challenged. And I always remember just being on YouTube, scrolling, just doing different things, that it was always a message from Les Brown that will always pop up that would give me more hope and strength. And this is in addition to reading my Bible, but I just like the way that he was able to talk and present a message that anytime I was listening to a YouTube video of his, I always left feeling more encouraged, right? That I can do this, that I have greatness inside of me. So it was more of a confirmation, and it gave me more energy to pull myself out of whatever situation that I may have been in. And so for the book, I start off, we each have a quote that we had to come up with, this power quote. And my quote is, connect to your good within, right? That healing and everything that has to go on first, and allow your glow. So your shine that, that Dr. Jody was just talking about in these four different parts, that you don't even know sometimes as you are presenting and as you are showing up, you're really speaking and giving life to somebody that you might not even know is watching. So I just interrupted my whole quote. So let me just start from the beginning.
But what you said was really good. I loved how you interrupted your own quote.
Yeah, it just put it on here. Connect to your good within and allow your glow to light someone else's journey. And so for me, it is looking at what is your God-given gifts and purpose of why you're here, and knowing that any of the trials or tribulations or struggles, and even all of the positive things that you may go through in life, it is not just for you, but once you connect to that, it's your responsibility to share that to help someone else along their journey. And so really within my story, that is what I talk about. And, I have a specific audience too, of thinking about, to the youth, of just encouraging them, saying that you are strong and you are powerful and there is greatness within you, just as Mr. Les Brown says. And then also thinking about the adults, the teachers, the educators, the mentors, the coaches that are really working with this population, to let them know that you are portals of hope. right?
Yes.
And paths to possibilities for this generation. So in the way you show up and interact with them, you never know. You could be speaking life or death into somebody's life, even if you're not verbally speaking, but your actions too as well. And so you also have to know that your existence is so much bigger and greater than you. So you have to show up in life.
You have showed up, you have showed out, and you are that good. I'm telling you, I mean,
Thank
I got
you.
to do it one more time because I said, I know I love letting 67 show because I've tell Mr. Brown I'm really 13. All right. And I said, I feel good. I mean, you were just helping. Da, 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 da. You were helping me say, okay, so the green screen was there, then it wasn't, then the video, the audio. See, it doesn't matter in life because we go in and through this life, we need each other now, don't we? And that's what you've done for these urban families, these parents, these underserved, the people of your native Haiti. And I'm telling you, Renee Godefroy is a friend of our family. And see how this comes together? Who knows what Dr. Robert H. Baer, Dr. Tyra Good, and the Renee Godefroy are going to be doing back in your homeland. So be connected. We're going to talk in the next 24 hours about that. I'm going, oh, we've been so rushing around. So just come in and experience not only Tyra's story, Dr. Tyra the Good, DR, but our next guest with this. And Tyra, hang on because we'll be back because we're going to be talking about the summit. But you see what Tyra has in her background since I admitted to get your order of your copy with the book launch. Go to our summit. Also, you can go and download a downloadable version for $1.99. It's going up to $12.99. So do it now. Limited time. You can get it on Goodreads. You can get it on Kubo, Barnes and Noble, Amazon. What I leave out, Tyra?
Yeah, all of the different places where you can order and buy books. Go there. It's there. Download your copy right now. The official launch, I believe, is December the 6th coming up. The summit is going to be awesome, powerful, really showcasing all of the authors that are in the book and able to just interact with us as we are able to share our stories similar to what we're doing here. So definitely download and get it wherever books are sold.
Oh, there we go. That's okay. Dr. Tyra the Good, the educational doctor, says wherever books are sold, and leave us a review because we are giving for the holidays to Les Brown something that he's never been, a New York Times bestselling author, and how he has been the giver of all things good. We are giving back to him. So Tyra, hold on. And I'm going to bring our next Wonder Woman up. It is Wonder Woman evening on this Life's Milkshake moment. Thank you for sharing your.
Can I say one more thing?
Go
we
ahead.
Transition? I just wanted to clarify that I am from the United States. I just do a lot of work in Haiti over the last year. Really, it was birthed in me from middle school. My church would do missionary work, but as an adult, I have been able to travel to Haiti several times on different trips of working with educators, so the students, with the school teachers, and also the administrators. And so I would like to think, even though it's not official, that my second nationality is, from Haiti as a Haitian, but I'm not. I am an American, but I do a lot of work just to support the Haitian people.
Beautiful. And I thought maybe with that beautiful accent, I thought maybe it was Southern Haiti. I didn't know. So thank you so much. And my apologies on that. Thank you for clarifying this. But the one thing we've clarified is that you are truly, truly the good doctor because it shows through and through. Thank you for being here. And hold on, we'll be back. All right. So our next guest after Tyra, the good DR, is the amazing Ashley Key. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. She is a keynote speaker. Ashley, she is the mountain moving woman. She's been a best-selling author, keynote speaker, absolutely 10 years of corporate training. You'd think that she was she's like really old, but she isn't. She started this, I believe, when she was 2, but she knows how to rock a platform. When I saw her speak with Les Brown, I'm going, oh yeah. And let me tell you something. She's been married to her high school sweetheart for 19 years. She has two teenage sons, and my goodness gracious, she's a Louisiana woman. We're kind of getting a Southern feel from Georgia. Now we're going to Louisiana, but she had a setback of being a teenage mom, but she got through that. She's furthered her education in nursing, and now she has her own company that she's been a founder and a CEO of Exceptional Healthcare Staffing. So she staffs these essential workers. So Ashley Key herself is very, very, very essential. And yes, think about the hurricanes that we've had in that Delta region in Louisiana. She was a support, just like Dr. Tyra was a support. This is what I've learned. I've got to come back to this with these Ignite authors and being a part of this Les Brown Inner Circle community. This is just a servant's heart of people that just come together. And she's one of those. Ashley and Nelson have a founding non-for-profit with their Vision Ranch, and they serve just the underserved as well, with troubled and abandoned boys. And she's a co-founder of Girl, You Were Created for This. And girls and boys and men and women, you were created for this moment, to hear Miss Ashley Key, to feel her, to see her beauty, but her beauty from within. I just present to you, and it is my pleasure to share this stage with Miss Ashley Montgomery. My goodness, Miss Ashley Key, welcome from you to me. It's Dr. Jody. Welcome, Ashley.
Hey, welcome, welcome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my goodness gracious. And I really did. I'm thinking, she walked that stage and you knew that, okay, my shoes are on that platform. So get ready to hear a little bit about you, that a teenage girl way back when, and now that teenage girl that comes and gets a nursing degree and then creates her own vision and company. So, Miss Ashley, share a little bit about your story and a little bit about you in your words.
Okay. So you basically told everything. I was a teenage mom at the age of 17, which I wanted to give up because I felt like obstacles and challenges were coming my way, and I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. And that's when I decided, I was like, I have to do more. I have to be more. And it's not just for me, but it's for the child that I'm carrying. So that's what made me just push back and go back to school, graduate high school, then finish with my nursing. And it just goes on to that. I didn't stop at just becoming a nurse. I felt like there was a need in the medical field, and it was a staffing shortage, like in the hospitals and the nursing homes. And so every time I would go and work, I was like, they didn't have anybody working.
Mm.
And I remember just sitting there and I was like, that's something needs to happen. And I'm very spiritual. And I remember God was just like, will you do something about it? So that's what
Oh
caused me
boy.
to step out and start my own healthcare staffing agency, which been a big old beneficial to our area with the hurricanes, the pandemic. Like we were able. Right now, we have over 400 employees.
My goodness gracious, from this little girl that wanted to give up to 400 employees. All I'm going to say is congratulations, because Ashley tells her story. And can't you feel that ignite moment? Can't you feel that if she can do it, you can do it too? And that's what I talk about, Ashley, is life's milkshake moments. Life is like a milkshake. Choose your ingredients wisely. And when you do, you chose that ingredient wisely. You chose to push through to nursing and beyond. You chose to have that solution. And congratulations to you. That's like that is like higher purpose big. That's all I've got to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. So, why did you decide to be a part of this Ignite community?
Why I decided is I've been following Les for a while, and when the opportunity presented, I just knew this was something that I had to be a part of because I knew I had a voice. I knew someone needed to hear my story and to be able to, which would impact and change their life. Because a lot of times we could sit on our story, but will we sit on our story or will we be the one to voice our story to help someone else? So that was my decision. I'm like, I'm not going to sit on my story. I'm going to tell my story because it could help someone else out there that's hopeless, that don't have any hope, that's discouraged, that feel like giving up, that feel like there's no one in their corner, or because when you listen to my story, you'll see how I did it. And it would just give someone confidence and say, oh, if she did it, I could do it. Like you said, little on me. Like
Little old me, Ashley. I love rhymes. I had to do it. Little old me, Ashley. Look at you.
Yes.
And it's true. It's true. I think now we're up to, Ashley, out of the 36 authors, I'm 37. We will have had 32 of our authors on Life's Milkshake Moment or my radio show, my live radio show on Sunday evenings, on Sundays at 8:30, Building Fortunes Radio. I just had to throw that in. But by the 6th of December, we will have all but 2 of our authors, and they just regrettably couldn't fit my schedule into theirs. And everybody has said, I just had to be a part of. So will you remember that when I put Tyra up there? Because that's a great way to segue into our collective Three Amigas part. But I want to get back to you. When you talk about your story, just what is your quote? And but first of all, tell us the title of your chapter, please.
The title is Girl, You Were Created for This.
Okay, girl. Yes.
And so my power quote is, don't let the obstacles or challenges you face paralyze you from pursuing the dreams you chase. And going into telling a little about my story, and they can read more about it or attend the summit where they'll find out me, telling more everything. But I was faced with a lot of obstacles, and you said one thing with teenage pregnancy. Even when I was in school for nursing, I had death in the family. I had to leave my job and didn't know what I was going to do. So I started the business with $25 and revenued 6 figures within 2 months. So whoever is out there and don't know where to go or don't know where to start, my goal is my words of wisdom is to just step out on faith and believe in you. You got to start somewhere. Sometimes we're waiting for something to happen, but we don't want to make that first step because we are afraid of the unfamiliar. If I was afraid of the unfamiliar and I would have stayed in the familiar, I wouldn't even be where I'm at. I wouldn't even be a resource center, able to provide jobs for other people. So that's my words of wisdom. That's what my story is about, is just stepping out into the unknown, stepping out into the unfamiliar, and just chasing your dreams, even when obstacles and challenges is coming your way. Don't give up.
Don't let the obstacles you face, because we all face them. And when you chase those dreams, sometimes that's the whipped cream and the cherry on top of that milkshake now, isn't it? And so think about the next time, ladies and gentlemen, our audience, I want you to think about the next time that you go to the ATM and pull out a $20 bill. Just think, I need $5 more to create my dream. That's just what Ashley did. It was just $25, just one, just two little ATM withdrawals. That's it. And she did it. That is amazing. And the thing that I know, I've just got to share this with our audience. I mean that your passion is real. My coach says always that I've had, my business development coach says, you can't fake real. You can't fake real. And this is what, when we say, ignite the hunger in you on our book. And what are we doing? We're igniting humanity. And when you think every single time you buy this book, every single time you do this download, like Dr. Tyra said, uh, uh, coming to a bookstore close to you, all right, and and that fact, guess what? It's helping building the Ignite School of Possibilities. And check this out. It's recycled plastic that makes the bricks. I'm thinking, well, if they get it's earthquake proof. I wonder if they get a tsunami, whether they can use the raft to float. I bet so. It's multi-purpose, but we're building a school and building a school. My goodness. And hello, Sandra, you great support woman. And yes, we ignite possibilities in everyone. And Ashley, you ignited the possibility in me and gave me absolute belief in a very, very close way. When I heard you speak, I went, whoa. So wait until the summit. Wait until you see her. And yes, I put your IG handle. Is it at Ashley Key? Is that how we can find you?
Ashley Key Speaks.
Oh, it is Ashley Key Speaks. I do apologize. I will, her IG, because you do. You speak because you speak from the heart, you speak from the soul, and you speak from every of the, as I call it, the 6 pillars. So I'm just going to put IG handle. There we go. And it's doing something funny because my computer wants to see if I can have a real milkshake moment tonight and just like, it's just so when technology works, it's just beautiful. There you go. But I'm going to bring Dr. Tyra back up and we are going to talk about this summit. So are you ready, Ashley?
Yes.
Oh, yes. And ladies, now, can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, now we've got 3. We've got Tres Amigas, extraordinary. Amazing, amazing, and amazing. Now, let's take it times 33 other authors. So you got 33 more. Think about 3 days. Think about having the legendary Les Brown speak all 3 days. Think about going ahead and having JB Owen pour into us, and then other noted authors. And people are following us all over the place right there, right now. Imagine, if you would, that you could put a price tag on that. Ladies and gentlemen, what would the price tag be if you knew that you could walk away from a summit, hear these speakers, being able to get a recording that it's an evergreen and you can listen to it all over again? And imagine if you got upwards of $20,000 of free stuff. Would it be worth it? I'm saying it'd be worth it just to hear Ashley and Dr. Tyra's story. Don't you think? So mark your calendars, December 9th, 10th, and 11th. It will be from noon and probably 6:30 because we're adding some extra perks. It's kind of like that cherry on top of the milkshake. JB just has a way of just adding more and more and more. Ashley, I'm going to start with you. Why are you excited to be on this summit, to speak your story? Ashley Key Speaks. Speak the reason why our audience needs to get that ticket right here, right now.
I'm excited for this summit because I know a lot of gems will be dropped.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of attendees will be able to leave this summit knowing how they can step into their greatness in 2022, because they will hear amazing authors speak on how they did it and how they stepped out. So I feel like this is going to be amazing, and it's something that you want to make sure that you attend, because 2022 will not be the same once you attend this summit.
A mind once expanded to never go back to its former dimension. As we talked about going beyond, everything that you want in life is outside of your comfort zone. You can't out-earn your personal development. Personal development's going to be here. And here's your income, and it will match up. It doesn't go income and personal development's down here. It's got to be the other way around. And I know, Dr. Tyra, you feel the same way. At Tyra, the Good DR. Tell us why you think that people should attend this. Please share.
Absolutely. I do feel the same way. I think it's going to be a transformational experience for people. And as Ashley said, to really just get in touch more with yourself, to really start the process of preparing and stepping into 2022 of how you can become a better version of yourself. I really love the variety of authors and speakers that will be there at the summit because they're all sharing their own personal stories, but it doesn't just stop there. It's going to be presented in a way that you can relate the story to your own life and then also provide you with some tips to like transform, to turn your life around, to begin again, to go, to start, and to do, and to know that sometimes in life we all go through challenges as we have been saying, challenges, obstacles, things like that. But don't let that just stop you and get you stuck. Not at all, right? So, through the summit, we're going to really be talking and sharing experiences that will really help to ignite the hunger in you for you to prepare for 2022.
Like what JB Owen says. I love her quote, and we got to give her credit for it. Girls, I tell you, if we're going to share this, it will be her quote. Are you ready? So she said, be the best you in 2022. And that's what we're preparing everyone, because when you can ignite your hunger, then you will ignite it in humanity. I put the summit URL code on the feed. And if you use the discount code, Get Hungry. Now, you can get a free ticket. You can come in for $49 and just watch. But if you go and get a diamond ticket that is normally, and this is just for a limited time right here, right now, there's only a limited supply, $179. You can get your ticket with this discount code, Get Hungry. Will you remember that? Let's say it together, ladies. Get hungry. There we go. And guess what? You can get your ticket, not $179, not $149, not $119, for $69, just $69. And you get the Ignite copy of the book. So you get the book, you can read about these people. If you hear one thing, that would be worth it. That is just one cheap dinner at Applebee's with a couple of margaritas with your honey. And boy, this will last a whole lot longer because health coach Jody doesn't do Applebee's. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say about that. So mark your calendars. The launch of the book is December 6th and 8th. Okay, then the summit is December 9, 10, and 11. You've got unlimited access to these recordings. Why are we doing this? We're doing this so not only can we give these children in Cambodia a school that's going to be built in 6 days with recycled plastic. So it is neutral to the environment. Why are we doing this amazing event on KP Media TV with Mr. Les Brown, JB Owen, and our wonderful Ignite author men? Ignite your strength, because it's going to the kids in Cambodia. And you've heard me talk many, many times about back-to-back4kids.com. That is my Kenya kids that I've adopted, kind of like your kids, Tyra, in Haiti. All 398 of them, what we've done through COVID to build their wall of security, to give them fresh, clean water. That they're little entrepreneurs. And guess what, Ashley? They started their business not with $25. They had zero because we funded it. And now they're giving the village clean water. And the last event we did, they now have 10 banana trees that they're going to be up and growing, and they'll be able to sell those bananas. And check this out. Their curriculum, Dr. Tyra, I just had to say this. I know this is an ad, but talk about education. I've been honored to help write this curriculum way back when on Think and Grow Rich principles. So that's how we make. Yes. And you know who is awesome? Dr. Tyra, Ashley, the key is you, Miss Montgomery. Dr. Tyra, give us your last word of wisdom before we wrap this up, would you please?
Yes, and as we're, are sharing just about our experience and the opportunity to really share this platform with Mr. Les Brown and honoring his legacy, I will leave you with a quote that I really love that he says is, "Be so good at you that you can't be ignored." And so for me, it is showing up authentically you and knowing that, again, your purpose here on life is so much bigger than you. And so with you being scared and playing small is not really serving anyone. It is not serving anyone. It is not making change. It is not building schools, any of that. And so that is why, we're just really here and excited to share about this experience and opportunity, not just for us, but also for you too, to be involved in it.
Absolutely. I totally get. Be so good at you. And boy, you do. And Miss Ashley, what is your last word of wisdom? Because I know you have a plethora of them.
Like Dr. Tyra said, one of the things that I always love that Mr. Les say, create a life that will outlive you. And I kind of always take that into consideration when he say like outlive you. And that's when you come to this summit, you need to understand that you're coming to create. You will not be the same once you leave this summit. This summit is going to change and impact so many lives. Like my quote, don't let the obstacles or challenges you face paralyze you from pursuing the dreams you chase. If you feel like you are in a situation that you're supposed to be doing more, if you feel like if you was in the same place that you were a year ago or 2 years ago, this summit is for you, because once you step foot and just be in the atmosphere, like Miss Dr. Jody said, your mind will be expanded, your intellectual territory will be expanded, and you have no choice but to step into 22 with greatness.
Absolutely. Thank you. I love you both from my whole heart. As we do, Health Coach Jody tip, you got to put your left hand on your heart, feel your pulse. Put your right hand on your heart. And guess what? With more than you will feel a bigger you, because it really does physically expand. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your heart and soul. And let me tell you, I can say you are that good, Dr. Tyra Good. And guess what? I just love that. Girl, that quote, girl, you do it so good. You were created for this, and y'all were created to be with us at the summit, December 9th, 10th, and 11th. You were created to be a part of KP Media TV and bring the men that your real men that want to be more in this world, because they will be more for those children that they are around. Miss Educator, I just had to say that, Dr. Educator, because as Les Brown says, that children are 40% of our population, but 100% of our future. Our future is now. Now, spelled backwards, is one. Thank you, Ashley and Tyra, from the bottom of my heart. Don't forget to put your hands this way when you go to sleep. Feel me, okay? Bye-bye, Ashley. Bye-bye, Tyra. And this is what I'll say for real. Do get your copy of the book, the downloadable version, $1.99. Do put a review, because when you do, you will have a life's milkshake moment right here and right now, because that's what we do. We do good, and we do it, whether it's girl, you were created for this. Boy, you were created this, because boys and girls grow up to be men and women, because it is you who determines who you want to be and what the future holds, dependent on how much time and energy you put in spending and working on you now. Now is spelled one backwards. So find out what you want, find out what you want to give up in order to get it, and then be about that work as though your life depends on it. Because guess what? It does. Because you've got una cuerpo, una vida, one body, one life. It depends on you. It depends on me. And this is Dr. Jody saying, we'll see you at the summit. We'll see you on the 13th from 10 to 2, KP Media TV. Look for that link, and all of my social media handles are all Dr. Jody. And what I'm going to say is, there is
with Health Coach Jody.